learn something about the collective behavior of
The click called chaos. Scientists can't control the order of chaos.
And if you continue to record for even longer periods of time, you would first of all discover that there's a surprising amount of structure to the sound that you're picking up.
Chaos. Chaotic interactions.
In fact, there is some information to be learned.
Chaos is not simply a game. Chaos game. It's very simple to play, but it has an extraordinary outcome. I begin with the click called chaotic.
Some say I'm amazing, but I'll settle for the man. Call for a vector. I'm the leader. Understand, Eggman, Batman, just calls with the case. Watch the bad boys working like Puffy and Mace. Work hard, play hard. I love to see the green, but I still keep it real if you know what I mean. We'll find the reason why I'm giving you the rhyme. If you got the money, then we got the time. Started off 91, playing keys, having fun, but my destiny was calling me. Went to Angel Island, met up with the man with the pointy hair, solved the little mystery. The rest is history. Had to keep it going, so I headed up a crew, and we do what we do. Bad nicks better get a clue. If you step to us, you better step correct, or you'll be looking like you had a wreck. Where my money at?
Run up on a zone, I'm a dealer rolling tightly. Tough shot to crack, that's why they call me mighty. Take a shot if you think luck is on your side. G, if not, then trust you don't really wanna fight me. I'm old school from back in the day. The echidna is my homie. I even knew Ray. You may think I copied Sonic, but you're thinking whack, bro. When I was rocking back and waiting for the
Good afternoon, folks. How are we all doing today? Right, let me just adjust that audio down a little bit because that... There we go. How are we all doing today? Oh, I might actually still be a little bit... How is that? This is entirely a new setup, so things are a little bit all over the place at the moment. Let me just turn my volume down. There we go. Pretty good. Right, I've essentially set it up so that my new headset, the one I'm speaking on now, comes directly through the same interface as my boom mic, as my desktop mic. So it should be relatively similar quality. I did test it a little bit earlier, and I know this is a little bit deeper and a little more bassy. I will work on that. I mean, I have plenty of sliders I can fuck around with, but I'm not doing that just now. As long as it's working, it's working. But yes, look at that. We have a table. We have a table. Look, Katie's hands. Katie's pale, pale hands. Ooh, look at the pale. Look at the pale. Battleships. Oh, I don't have any battleships. I kind of want battleships now. See, this is what you've done, Lydia. You've made me want to do something that I can't do, so now I am Grumpy Cat. I could do battleships. I don't know what... I really need to sort this desk out. There's so much stuff. We'll have the small one there, and we'll have the 4 one there. There we go. We'll play battleships, look. Really hope that comes off. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, it does. It's fine. You sunk my battleship. Well, the problem is this boom arm is relatively precarious because of the angle I've got to get it at, so it's all a bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment. But I can see you all. Can you guys hear the fan coming through is the other question, because I've had to reposition that as well. I could 3D print some battleships and paint those. That wouldn't actually be a problem. Let me just make sure that's actually synced up with what you guys are seeing as well for the music. We are on Overdose, that is correct. Right. Yeah, so today is a fun day, because not only do we have the table set back up and you get to see my pale, pale hands. Also, give me 1 second. Alexa, turn on office light. Ta-da! Makes my life a little easier. Hopefully shouldn't affect anything on your side. There's a $500 Dyson Airblade there. And I mean, like, I can touch that thing from where I am. It is ridiculously close, but hopefully you guys can't hear it because of the setup I've got. So I'm still sat in the cool. The Dysons are quiet, but you can hear it on Discord. Crisp doesn't cut it out, but it seems like NVIDIA Broadcast does a better job of that. So, right. So what are we doing? What do we have to do? Well, we have a couple of things to do, and we're going to do it like we'll do it like Generation Game. We have Final Fantasy Magic: The Gathering. We have another Final Fantasy Magic: The Gathering. We have a Notobo. Technically a Chocobo Lego, but it's also off-brand. A Lego Panda. And it wouldn't be the Generation Game without a cuddly toy. Look at him. He's so cute. I love him. This is Cactus. He's from Legend of Mana, as it says. Which way around is that? As it says, just there, look. Legend of Mana. Woo! One of my favourite RPGs, and I love this guy, and he's my little dude. I love him. He's so cute. I only have 2 teddies. I did have 3, but I used to have the cow from Harvest Moon, but I don't know where. When I moved house, it disappeared. I think I left a box behind, and it had some stuff in it I really wanted, but I can't find it, so I've got to go and rebuy that. But I also have Kaylee Bear. Kaylee Bear, look. This is Kaylee from Firefly, as indicated by the Firefly badge. But it's Kaylee Bear. She's so cute. That's right. I'm a grown-ass man with teddies. I love my fucking teddies. Right, so, what are we going to do? I think the sensible thing to do is to start with that. Let me... That's a bit better lighting. I think the sensible thing to do is start with this one. This will give us a kind of baseline. You did. You brought Bruce. We'll have to introduce Bruce and Kaylee. Yeah, we'll start with this one. This is the first one that's arrived. Sadly, the one that hasn't arrived is the original one I wanted, because I ordered the starter kit, the booster box, and I also ordered the... what's it called? I also ordered the Scions Commander deck. I couldn't get anything but this in the UK on pre-order, so I had to go... I had to go to Amazon France to get the other two. And despite the fact that they were part of the same order, for some reason, the big box came that you saw earlier, but they said that the card number, the expiry date was wrong on the other one. So I was like, well, it's clearly not, because you're taking the money for a start, and then refunded it, obviously. So I had to reorder that, so I don't know when that's coming, because it's now just listed as order received. You know, I've not got any shipping date or anything now. So annoyingly, the one I actually wanted first isn't here. So this one is a starter kit. It contains 2 decks, Cloud and Sephiroth, as you can probably almost see, which is weird because on there you've got Cloud and Sephiroth, but on there you've got Cloud and Sephiroth. So that's kind of weird. Don't know why they've done that. So this one contains set decks. So we technically know what's in this, but I've deliberately not taken a look. I know of about 10 cards from this set. From the entire line kind of thing. I only know about 10 cards. So I've deliberately kept myself spoiler free. The other box, however, that is a collector's box with booster packs inside. So we'll take a look at that and see what we randomly pull. There might be some interesting stuff in there. So how do you actually open Magic boxes these days? Let's have a look. What we got? We got 2 ready to play 60 card decks, a Magic play guide, and code to unlock these cards in Magic the Gathering Arena, and 2 deck boxes, which is quite nice. I will not be showing you that because I am having that. I will. I do intend to go back into Magic the Gathering at some point. Am I supposed to open it at the bottom? That looks sensible. Am I supposed to open it at the top, where there's a slight perforation? Let's go top. Come on. Oh, it also tells you what colour decks they are. So it looks like Sephiroth is a blue-black, and Cloud is a red-white. So nice, actually nice bit of coverage there. Ooh. Da 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 da. Find the codes and hide them is the first thing. I don't accidentally put them on stream. Okay, you don't seem to be in the play guide, so that's fine. But that also means you're in there still, somewhere. Not in there. Aha! Fortunately, they're sealed in with the cards. So I'm going to have to take those out. Oh, okay, there's an extra piece of plastic over the top. That makes sense. I'm trying to get them out, and I can't, because codes are on the back of these, and you can't have those. Those are mine. I am tempted to give one away as a to a friend, because we're talking about playing now. No, he's not a big fan of Final Fantasy, so I don't know why I'm bothering. Right, so we have our 2 decks. So chat, you're dragging Sliver to IKEA. Da da da. Nice little deck boxes. I like these, especially since they should fit in my the carry case that I've already got for my multitude of card games and minifigs and things. In there's Sephiroth. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, with the setup I've got, I can't actually see the stream. I can see the chat, because I've got that on my phone, but I can't see the stream. I think I have a way of fixing that for next time, but I didn't think about it until right this moment. So, there we go. So, which one should we open first? Should we do Cloud, or should we do Sephiroth? Which one do you guys fancy? You're going anyway because your computer chair's staying at your mother's. Ah, okay, so you need to head over. You just need to... Cloud it is. Bye, Sephiroth. I mean Genova. I mean Sephiroth. Right. So we should probably have a read through them as well. I mean, I'm in no rush to get through these, so we should probably have a look. The white balance is awful. That's even worse. That's even worse. Let me just... Give me a second. Let me just dick around with the camera, because that is terrible. I want studio mode, please. OBS, don't you dare fucking crash. Right. Workbench. RGC9. Configure video. Why do you have an auto brightness button if the auto brightness doesn't work? That's stupid. That does nothing. None of these controls do anything. I do need a decent camera. I've got the C90, C920. I've had it for fucking ages. Whoop. Yeah, this is not going to be great. Yeah, there's really not much I can do about that. I could try. That's better. Let's have it like that. So, unfortunately, you suck because you're so white that you can't see. You're the only thing on here that's whiter than I am. And that's impressive, so well done. So, what we have first is Cloud Strife. And it says that he is Cloud, the planet's champion. Legendary creature, human soldier mercenary is his tags. During your turn, as long as Cloud is equipped, it has double strike and indestructible. This creature deals both first strike and regular combat damage. Damage and effects that say destroy don't destroy this creature. Equip abilities that you activate that target Cloud cost 2 less to activate. So he's basically an equipment deck. He's designed to have lots and lots of shiny things added to him. And he is also, himself, shiny, which I think you can kind of just see there. You have a moving date. Nice! You'll have to let us know if that is what you are doing. And, as I say, my car's going to be a bit all over the place for the next month or two, but if I can help, I certainly will with the move. So just give me a date and a shout, and I will try and sort something. Okay, there's some stuff on the back. I'm just checking for codes. That's just a learn to play guide, so that's fine. Oh, that is a turn order. Okay, so we're pretty good. We're pretty good. So, we have... I kind of need a better... I kind of need a better way of showing this. Can I just zoom you in? Come on. Focus. Focus, focus! Jesus Christ, this is such a bad camera. Really need a better one. It's probably going to be my next big thing purchase, to be honest. Figure video, exposure, gain, tilt, focus, automatic. Let's just have it on autofocus for now. It's probably going to suck, but it's better than what we've got at the moment. Fuck it, we're doing it live. So, if we remove that, and then put that back in, that might just be a bit too close for it. There we go. Right, so we have Rosa, the White Mage. Human Noble Cleric. This creature can block creatures with flying. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, put a +1/1 counter on this target. Or on any target creature you control. It gains a lifelink, which means damage dealt by the creature also causes you to gain that much damage. So she basically turns another creature into a healer as well. Look, it's Beatrix! Look, Lydia, look. This is Beatrix. It's the legendary human soldier. So she's a legendary creature, the Loyal General. She has Vigilance, which means attacking doesn't cause this creature to tap. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, you may attach a number of equipment you control to target creature you control. Oh, interesting. So you can declare your attack, the enemy declares their defense to stop you, and then you go, oh, but by the way, I'm also equipping some extra stuff. That's cool. And then we go straight from the coolest female in the entire franchise to possibly the lamest female in the entire franchise. Sorry, Lightning, you suck. Menace. This creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Whenever Lightning deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. Your library? You may play that card for as long as you control Lightning. Okay, so weirdly, not a bad card for specific builds. Judgment Bolt. That is Sid from 16. That's quite nice. Deals 5 damage to target creature and X damage to that creature's controller, where X is the number of equipment you control. So I'm already seeing a pattern in this deck. This is very heavily, I have equipment and I'm going to beat you with it. I just realised I'm putting them in a place where they're not actually safe. So let's pop those there. In fact, because of the angle of the desk, they're all going to slide. So why don't we be sensible and put them in the box? Right, Ultima Weapon, specifically Clouds from Final Fantasy VII. Whenever equipped, creature attacks, destroy target creature and opponent controls. The equipped creature gets +7/+7. Shit, alright, yeah, that's pretty definitively ultimate. Adelbert Steiner! Scratch it out. Right, Rusty. Adelbert Steiner gets +1/1 for each equipment you control. So again, he's really pushing on the equipment side. And he's only a 1. He's only a 2 cost. Chivalry requires a knight to look after his comrades in arms. I will not abandon you. That is a quote from Final Fantasy IX. I believe that's in Gaia, Blue Planet, when Zidane's having his episodic. He's having his little fit. A cloud-bound Mogul! I found a friend for Rog! When the creature enters, put a +1/1 counter on target creature. That can be itself or another. It also has plane cycling. Pay 2 to discard this card, search your library for a planes card and reveal it. Put it into your hand and then shuffle. Sorry, yes, I do mean Terror. I can never remember which one that is. Cocoon. When they're on Cocoon. We've got 2 of the Cloudbound Moogle. Oh, we've got my favourite creature, the Coel. Which is one of the hardest words to pronounce in the entire frickin' game. Coel. Coel. Pay 1 and a light. Tap target non-enchantment creature. A lean and limber predator whose whiskers acquire a charge from naturally occurring electric particles in the atmosphere. 2 of those. So I'm already liking the idea of this deck, and it's got some of my favourite thing. Dwarven Castle Guard. When this creature dies, create a 1/1 colourless hero token. Nice. Lally-ho is the Dwarven greeting. It certainly is. Unless you're in the English translation of 9, in which case it is Rally-ho. Wait, you can have 4? Why have we got 4 of those? Is that a misprint, or are you allowed? I thought you were only allowed 3. Fate of the Sun Crystal. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Destroy target non-land permanent. Okay. Got 2 of those. The Slash of Light. Slash of Light deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control, plus the number of equipment you control. So that can stack quite nicely. Oh. White Aura Sight. When this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this artifact leaves the battlefield. Tap it to add 1 light. Okay. Kind of liking this deck. White Mage's Staff. Job select. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colourless hero token, then attach this to it. Okay. Equipped creature gets +1/1, and the ability, whenever this creature attacks, you gain +1 life. This is a cleric in addition to all other types. Pay 3 to equip it and attach it to a target creature you control. So if the creature that it's equipped to dies, you can just re-equip it. The crystals chose. They're all Onion Knights! Look at them! They're all Onion Knights! That's kind of cool. Create 4 1/1 colourless hero tokens. Then put a +1/1 counter on each creature you control. Within the light, there will be the will of the crystal surged through them. They decided to accept their destiny and to begin a journey to dispel the darkness and return light to the world. Yeah, it's the Onion Knights from Final Fantasy 1 when they first started. Dragoon's Lance. Specifically, the Dragoon armor from 14 on that one. It's quite nice. By the by, Mr. Bloody Ender, would you like me to see if I can get you Sly Cooper Raccoon copy at the market? Shit, I wanted to phone them today, actually. Let me let you know tomorrow, because I've got a backup in place if my backup in place doesn't work. Job select. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colourless hero token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gains +1/+0. This is a knight in addition to all other types. During your turn, equipped creature has flying. Oh, it has leap. Gay Bolg, equip 4. Give me 1 second. Wrong place. You mean that one? You mean that Echo one? You mean that Echo the Dolphin? Complete inbox with manual. You have Echo 1 box that has Echo 2 in it. That's about right. Right. Grahatir, one of my favourite characters. One of the few of the Scions that I actually like. I'm going a bit too high there. He has reach ability, so he can hit flyers. The elegant... he can block against flyers, sorry. Whenever one or more creature and or artifacts you control die, draw a card. This ability can only trigger once each turn. Yeah, boxless copy should be nice and easy. Whenever you attack, target attacking equipped creature gains menace until the end of the turn, meaning it requires 2 to block. I do apologise, guys. I'm going to have to take a quick BRB. My stomach has just started growling absolutely rottenly. Let me go and deal with that, and I shall be back with you in a moment. And yeah, if you find that copy of World of Illusion, you'll be giving it to me, because that is mine. There is one game I may ask you to have a look for as well. Specifically, if you can find a game called Crusader of Kenty, C-E-N-T-Y. But if possible, and this is always a big yeah fuck off kind of thing, if you can find the version that's called Salil instead, because that's the version I had. I had the French version for some reason. Right, sorry about that, guys. Stomach said we're going, and I had to go there for us. That's how that works. Right, the Warrior's Sword. I don't know who that is. Do we know who that is? I have no recognition of that gentleman. I have no idea. Job select. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colourless hero token, then attach this card to it. Equipped creature gets +3/+2, and is a warrior in addition to all other types. I like the whole job selection thing. Lydia. Read it. Read the name, Lydia. Kenty. C-E-N-T-Y. It's a suplex, and it's a picture of a train. It's gonna suplex the train. But yeah, the French name for it was Salil, as in the sun. And I would like that. Choose one. Suplex deals 3 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, then exile it instead. Or exile target artifact. The time has come to put my training to use. We get the other best girl in the entire franchise. I feel horrible for Freya. She gets shit on all the way through that game. Ability Jump. During your turn, Freya Crescent has flying. Tap. Add fire mana. Spend this mana only to cast an equipment spell or activate an equipped ability. Okay. So she can give you red mana, but only specifically for abilities and equipment. We live not to forget the past, but to learn from it. Samurai's Katana, famous weapon from all of the games. It's one of the few that's been in every one. Job select. When this equipment enters... In fact, no, it hasn't. It hasn't been in 8. It can't have been in 8. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colourless hero token, and then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +2/2, has trample and haste, and is a samurai in addition to other types. I think there's more cards I'm going to come across, because that at the bottom says Murasame, equip 5. But I'm not sure if that just means move it onto another target for the cost of 5. Best Dad. Barrett Wallace, Human Rebel. Reach. Whenever Barrett Wallace attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control to defending players. Oh, he attacks based on the posse, essentially, on the group. You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? Ah, yes, the noble city of Robonaste. In the grand continent of Evolis. Awesome city. Bastard to find your way around. So we're into land cards now. This land enters tapped. You can tap it to add a fire or a light. Salil HD. Ooh. I mean, to be fair, Salil literally is the French word for sun, so I'm not expecting it to be the same thing, but I will take a look. The town proper of Rabanastere is divided into 4 sections by the cardinal directions of the compass. The east and west are merchant districts. The streets are lined with shops and stalls of every description. A couple of those. Oh. Got to flip it, keep them in the same order. Got a lot of those. Basic land plains. So that's just a redo of the plains card with its own unique art, but the art for it is from Final Fantasy XII, and that is the Thunder Plains. It's quite nice. And then it ran away. Oh, basic land plains, 7th heaven. That's great. That is the road into... That's the road out of Insomnia in Final Fantasy 15. Another plains. Another 7th heaven. Another road. Oh, so we've got 3 or 4 of each of these. I kind of want to keep them in the same order for now, so I'm putting them all back in specifically. If my fingers would work right and flip them the way I want it to. So it looks like 4 of each of those lands. So we've got loads of white plains. Right, and then we have Mountain, which I'm guessing is Nibelheim? No, that specifically says Final Fantasy VI, so I don't know where that is. You recognise that one, Lydia? Rope bridge in a mountain? It could be the very first mountains that you cross where you fight the Bandit King. That one's from Final Fantasy IV, and that's the Mountain Shrine. I do remember that one. That is from Final Fantasy I, and is the inside of the 2nd dungeon. I guess these are all going to be the same. Get in there, you. Coming to the end of the pack. And now we have our hero tokens. So that is a Final Fantasy XIV token. Does it flip? It does. That is also a Final Fantasy XIV token of a Dragoon. We have a Dragoon, a Viper, a Samurai, maybe? Not sure on that one. And a Warrior. Yeah. Cool. So, that is the Cloud deck. Quite nice. I like the idea of that deck. I like the idea of you're constantly summoning and equipping, and everything is exponential. It feels like a old school token rush deck, but where the tokens are exponentially growing rather than multiplying. It's what I call a tick deck, where every single creature you build buffs the other creatures as well, kind of thing. The term tick comes from a game called Etherlords, where they were literally ticks. You had a tick queen, a tick warrior, a tick drone, that kind of thing. Right. Sephiroth. Look at his gorgeous hair. Legendary creature, human avatar, soldier. He has vigilance. Attacking doesn't cause this creature to tap. When Sephiroth enters, creatures on your opponent's side get a -2/2 until the end of the turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls, it dies, put a 1/1 counter on Sephiroth. So this is a bully deck. This is designed to kill things and get stronger over it. It's a deck type I've played quite frequently. So weirdly, both of these are kind of my jam. We will need your bots, good sir. So let's get that ready. Right, so straight away back in with the bestest girls, we have Ultimisia. One thing I did notice, no VV. Ice cream get. I get ice cream, I agree. I have ice cream downstairs. A human warlock, Ultimisia, the temporal threat. When Ultimisia enters, tap all creatures your opponent controls. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, to a player, draw a card. So she's your draw power. Seymour Flux. Yeah, stupid Seymour. Again, we've gone from best to worst. This is Beatrix and Lightning all over again. One of the best enemies in the franchise to one of the worst. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 1 life. If you do, draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on Seymour Flux. Your hope ends here, and your meaningless existence with it. That is Deadly Embrace featuring Garuda from Final Fantasy XVI. And particularly an ability called Garuda's Claw, which carried me through that entire goddamn game. Piss off, Seymour. Exactly, piss off, Seymour. Destroy target creature an opponent controls, then draw a card for each creature that dies this turn. So this is a destruction deck. This is a destruction and draw power deck. Come, little lamb, to the slaughter with you. Zonde! Zonde the Dark Mage from Final Fantasy III. This creature cannot be blocked except by 2 or more. Zonde gets +1/+1 for each non-creature, non-land in your graveyard. But your struggle was all for naught. Don't you see how close the darkness has drawn? There he is. There's bestest boy. There's Zeno. Artifact Magitech Scythe. A test of your reflexes, which is one of the lines he says when you're fighting him and he's about to do his special move. When this equipment enters, you may attach it to a target creature you control. If you do, that creature gains first strike until the end of the turn and must be blocked this turn if able. Okay. Weirdly, that's not got colour bound to it, so that could easily just slot into the Cloud deck. Sahagin. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and it can't be blocked this turn. Psh! Silent Shawwalker, try to escape and I'll slice your gills into your neck. An Ilmeg Pixie. Little shits. Fucking little bastards. I hate doing your dailies. I'm glad I'm done with them. Flying creature. Whenever this creature attacks, surveil 1, look at the top card of your deck, and you may put it into your graveyard. So your whole point is to cycle this deck as quick as possible. Well now, aren't you just brimming with life? I'd love to suck up all that ether like nectar from a flower. A couple of those. Retrieve the Esper. That is Biggs and or Wedge from Final Fantasy VI, I imagine. Create a 3/3 blue robot warrior artifact token. Then, if this spell was cast from a graveyard, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. You also have flashback for 5 and a water. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, but then you exile it. Hey, come back here, you. Hey, Jerry. I'm sorry I couldn't tune in last night. You were playing Sea of Stars DLC, and I don't want spoilers for it. I did lurk, but I didn't want to hang around. That is the boys. That is the bestest boys. That is Laguna, Kairos, and Ward. Surveil 1, then draw a card. Flashback 3. Okay, so again, you can play a lot of stuff in this from graveyard. Rem! It's Realm! Create a token that's a copy of target artifact, creature, or land. In her pictures, she captures everything. Forests, water, light, the very essence of the things she paints. We like Realm. Undercity Dire Rat. I like how the one picture we've got of Varn is him getting mauled by 2 rats. That's great. This is the very first quest in Final Fantasy XII. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. It's an artifact with tap, sacrifice this token, add 1 mana of any colour. You're loving the DLC. I didn't expect anything less. The DLC looks really good. And it's Sea of Stars, so. I finally worked out how to get the door on the left side open. I hope there's something in there besides rats. Spoiler alert, there was something in there beside rats. There was the story. Shinra reinforcements. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards and gain 3 life. End of the line, punk! Couple of those. So I'm not enamoured with the creatures in this deck. It seems a little... Oh, that's harsh! Setharoth's Intervention. Genovas, that should say Genovas. Destroy target creature. You gain 2 life. Fate is not to be taken lightly, Cloud. Oh, and you get multiple of them. Oh, you get 3. You got a full 4. No. A Shambling Seath. This creature enters tapped. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1 black mana. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Seath are damned to wander the world, unliving and undying until their corrupted flesh at last moves no more. Seaths are cool. Yeah, I'm not enamoured with the creatures in this deck. I think I would change those out. Albed Scavengers. Whenever this creature or another creature or artifact you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That's good, honestly. That's really good. Overkill. That is Final Fantasy X. That is the boss on the top towards of Kilika Island going towards the temple. And it is Zidane slashing it with what appears to be Brother Sword, the one that Waka gives you. Overkill. Target creature gets -0 attack, -9,999 health until the end of the turn. Holy fuck! That's an amazing card. Because it doesn't say destroy, meaning it can target people like Cloud who are immortal, or invincible, sorry. Good news at least, injury claim is coming to an end, just waiting on the money. Nice! Hopefully it's a nice chunk for you, buddy. Hey, why don't you try out that sword I gave you? Oh, and you get multiple. Evil Reawakened. X-Death. One of the best heroes in villains in Final Fantasy. One of the worst names in Final Fantasy. I did mean Tidus, I did, yes. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2 additional +1/1 counters on it. Galuf, it's good to see you again. Mwahahaha. Trino, the Dark City. Love Trino. This enters tapped. It can be used to produce a water or a death mana. There aren't many nobles living here. The nights are long. It's a great place for thieves. One of my favourite cities in the entire franchise, Treno. Awesome music, awesome layout, really cool design, fun story, multiple visits. Island. I don't recognise that. Does anybody recognise that one? I don't. It says it's from Final Fantasy... Oh, 13. No wonder I don't bloody recognise it. That I recognise. That is the shore on Besaid Island where Tidus washes up. And you can even see the Besaid Aurochs practicing. Definitely recognise that one. That is the Lighthouse / Orphanage from Final Fantasy VIII. I love the alternate artwork lands. I'm guessing we get 4 of each of those as well. Swamp. That's from Final Fantasy XIV, and that is Bahamut's Fall. So that makes that... Omega Sphere? No, not Omega Sphere. Wow, I forgot the name. Artwork is so pretty. Very pretty. This particular one is by Domenico Carver. That is a basic land. Final Fantasy II, the Crystal Cave. Final Fantasy V, the Shipwreck. Okay, so let's have a look through. See if we've got anything else in here. Treasure. Sacrifice this token. Add 1 mana of any colour. Copy. Oh, it's even got the Warrior of Darkness on it. This token can be used to represent a copy of something else. Robot's Warrior. Token artifact. That is Biggs or Wedge in the opening city of 6. And another copy token. So that is both decks. Oh, come on, close you bastard. There we go. That's those two. The white balance looks a little better now as well. Along with... Let's start again. And the best of it is, like I say, I'm not going to show the codes, but each of these has a code on the back for these decks, so I can play them in the online version completely for free as well. I don't have to buy them, I don't have to collect them, I just get them for free. Or rather, I have already purchased them. Right, so... Next. Let's zoom you, and let's leave you where you are for now, because I'm probably going to end up putting you back in anyway. We specifically have a opening here. Love that noise. Digga 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 dig. Now, I don't actually know what's in this. I know it's got 9 play boosters, obviously, because it says right there it's got 9 play boosters. But other than that, I don't actually know what's in this. Da 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 dum dum dum. Ooh, nice artwork for a start. Now, Droid, when you saw these, when I posted these in Discord, you specifically said, "Wow, that's a really nice box." I forgot, I do know something else that's in this. An even nicer a box. Lightning on one side, Sephiroth on the other, as if that's a choice. Assuming that's the same. Oh! 20! Ooh! Okay. No, hang on. I need something that I can level out. Okay. Oh wow, you need cleaning out in there. D20, first roll. Let's go. 18! That's a good D20. That is a good D20. Oh, sorry. You guys may not have seen this. This is my custom-made, I designed myself, 3D printed dice box. How fucking awesome is that? I've got my Necron dice, I've got my Tyrannid dice, my Necron D20, complete with its own rolling tray and everything. It just... No, Necron 20! Love that thing. Sorry, I don't think you guys have ever seen that before. Right. So, what do we have? What do we have? We have a cardboard thingy, which has the tokens and such in it, as well as... I don't know what that's for, but I'm guessing Sephiroth's on the other side. Also a crystal on that side, and these are all pop-out, so you can just push kind of thing. I don't really know what that's for. I guess if you've got a deck box with a window on the front, you can pop that in the front so you know what's what. Then we have another turn counter, order, sorry. Another, whatever that is. Standard formats. And then we have another little open. So this is the guaranteed set. So this box comes with a guaranteed set of cards, and then 9 booster packs. So, how are you openable? You are openable that way. These never come off cleanly. Why they bother? They never come off cleanly. Right, so our shiny card is the white chocobo, specifically Clive's chocobo from Final Fantasy XVI, Ambrosia Whiteheart. When she has the flash ability, and whenever Ambrosia Whiteheart enters, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. Also has the landfall ability. Whenever a land you control enters, Ambrosia Whiteheart gains +1/+1/+0. So weirdly, that goes really well in the Cloud deck. Urianger! Urianger. This is one of the scions from Final Fantasy XIV. He is a traitor. He was possessed, but we do not forgive him. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, you gain 2 life. Draw Arcanum. Tap this card to look at the top card of your library, and you may exile it face down. Play Arcanum. Until the end of your turn, you may play cards exiled with Urianger. Spells you cast this way cost 2 less. Okay. Ooh, Shiny Plains. Shiny 7 Heaven. Look, only the... I don't know if you can see that, really. Only the lights on the building are the shiny bit. That's really nice. That's a really nice touch. Shiny Plains, basic land from the road out of Insomnia. Still don't know where that is. Besaid. The Orphanage. Bahamut's Fall. The Crystal Cave. A Shipwreck. It's got to be the opening mountain, the first mountains from 6. It's got to be. Mountain Shrine. Second dungeon. Ooh, a basic forest. Oh, that is... That's the forest, the evil forest from Final Fantasy IX. That's where the Moogle hides. It sits in that little tough thing there. The Lifer Tree from 3. I've never played 11. I can't tell you where that one's from. That is Clive and Torgal. Can't remember his name there, from 16, walking through the wastes. And then we've got the backups of all of these. So these are the... You don't have to buy the starter set just to get the nice art lands, essentially. Which is quite nice. They're really nice. The artwork for that one is gorgeous. I may have to go and see if I can grab that as a wallpaper, because they sometimes do the lands as wallpapers. But the Final Fantasy IX is really nice. Stay. Oh, I dropped one. Hang on. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, I know. Yeah, that's right. I put it that way so it didn't go on my paint deck and get damaged. Right. So, there we go. That is our booster packs that we have to open. So, next one will be a nat 1. No, you don't. You got to trust the dice. You got to roll the dice to test them to see what because some dice don't. Some dice don't like you. You have to learn that. Some dice do not like you. They may. One of my dice that hates me may love you. Dice are fickle. You've got to treat them with respect. You've got to give them a test roll. Give them a chance to show who they are. Every dice has its own personality. Yeah, that's the Evil Forest. So pretty. Right. Come on then, Lydia. 1 to 9. Pick a number. Let's open these in your guys' order. 7, 9, 8, 7. Okay. What are you? Hang on, let me just see what that is. Oh, it's a collectible. Okay, right. So I'm going to move that to the bottom there, and we're going to do this properly. So I'm going to keep those in the same order. So they're now in the same order. So we have a shiny land. We have a shiny blitzball shot. Target creature gets +3/3 and gains trample until the end of the turn. Oh, a full art Bart's. That's gorgeous. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human creature card from among them into the battlefield, tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible until the end of the turn. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's really nice. That's really nice. Put that to one side. Then we have Esper Origins from 6. Surveil. You gain 2 life. If this spell was cast from the graveyard, exile it. Then put it... Wait. Surveil, you gain 2 life. If this spell was cast from the graveyard, exile it. Then put onto the owner's battlefield, transformed, under its owner's control, with a finality counter on it. A creature with a finality counter on it would die, exile it instead. It also has flashback, so it can be cast from the graveyard. So transform, it means flip it over. As this saga enters, and after you draw, add a lore counter. Sacrifice after 3. So on the first turn, reveal the top card of your library. If it is a permanent, put it into your hand. On the second turn, add 2 earth mana. On the third turn, other creatures you control gain +2/+2 and gain trample. I've chosen a name for her. Terra. That's cool. Then we have Eden, Seat of the Sanctum. Land town. Add 1 non-color mana. Sorry, no, there's a term for that. Add 1 colorless mana. Pay 5 and tap, mill 2 cards. Then you may sacrifice this land. If you do, return another target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. This city is Cocoon's capital. It shares its name with its false sea patron. Another Magitech armor. But this is a proper Magitech armor, not a Magitech trooper. When this vehicle enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero token. Crew 1. Tap any number of creatures you control with total power 1 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until the end of the turn. Okay. Very specific deck. Saz's Baby Chocobo! Whenever a land you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. The chick has no name, as voicing the true identity of the animal might trigger ripples of destiny across Cocoon and cause a hurricane in Eden. Either that, or Saz just hasn't thought of one yet. Loperate Scout! It's Mapping Way. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gains +1/1 until the end of the turn. I've come to realise that it is important to put down the book every now and then and experience some adventures for myself. Crossroads Village. This land enters tapped. I need to be a bit higher up in the screen there. This land enters tapped. If it enters, choose a colour. Oh, so that's a all colour, but you get to choose which one. That's a good land card. Glacial Greens. Create a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters, this token gains +1 attack. You may play this from your graveyard for 6 and a forest. Black Mages! Oh no, they're the nasty Black Mages. They're the bad guy ones. Target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Create a 0/1 Black Wizard creature token. With the ability, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Kuja called them Black Mages, dark spawn of the mist. Not by their own choice, no. And those were the nasty ones. Fate of the Sun Crystal, we've already seen. Warrior Sword, we've already seen. And a Rook Turret. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. 'Tis unfortunate that many Ishgardians cannot appreciate the practicality of my work. Okay. That was good. That was good. So, we also have Final Fantasy Art Series. Now, these are basically a collector's set. There's 53 in the set. This is number 17. And of course, the one Lydia picked is fucking Vivi. My boy, of course that's the one you picked, Lydia. Of course it is. I need to put my shinies to one side. Okay. So, same order. Let's go again. Enigma. 1 through 8. Best Final Fantasy character by far. Best Final Fantasy. 1 through 8, so 9. We don't have a 9. 9 has already been taken. Well, technically... Well, okay. Technically 7 was taken, so that makes this 9. So we'll count that as 9. So, I'm not going to look at the back card, because the back card is... No, it's not. The back card isn't, so I don't think they're guaranteed. No, there isn't one in this set. Okay, so, 2 from the back to the front. And we have... Ride the Shupov! We have a shiny Ride the Shupov. Of course we have a shiny Ride the Shupov. Whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. If the enchantment becomes a 7/7 if you pay 5 and 2. Beast creature in addition to other types. Shit, alright. That's fucking dope. Right, it's the Shupov! Triple Triad. Love a gamer trip. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until the end of the turn, you may play the card you own exiled in this way, and each other card exiled this way with lesser mana value without paying its mana cost. Holy crap, that's good. That's really good. Garland, Knight of Cornelia. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Surveil 1. Pay 3 mana, 2 death and 2 fire. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield, transformed. Activate only as a sorcery. I, Garland, will knock you all down. And he transforms into... Legendary creature, Chaos the Endless. That's too high, you can't see it. When Chaos... It's a flying creature, and when Chaos dies, put it to the bottom of its owner's library. Even as you die again and again, I shall return. My boy, we got Zack. Legendary creature, Human Soldier. Only costs 1 white. Zack Fair enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. Pay 1 to sacrifice Zack Fair. If you do, target creature you control gains indestructible until the end of the turn. Put Zack Fair's counters on that creature, and attach an equipment that was also attached to Zack to that creature. That's a really, really good... That's a really good effect for that character. That's basically perfect. Rides the Shupov in normal. Dark Knight's Greatsword. Select Job. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colourless hero token. Equipped creature gains +3 attack. In addition to its other types, it is also a knight. Chaos Bringer. Equip. Pay 3 life. Activate only once per turn. World Map. Sacrifice, pay 1 and tap, sacrifice this artifact, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand and then shuffle. Or pay 3, sacrifice this artifact, search your library for any land card, put it into your hand and shuffle. And so begins their quest. That is the map from Final Fantasy 1, I believe. Should be additional rule for drawing playing a Zack. Do 5 squats. Laughing mad. As an additional cost to play this card, discard a card. You draw 2 cards. You may play this from your graveyard. Fucking Kefka. The Balam T-Rex. The T-Rex or Trample. When this creature enters, you gain 3 life. And you can discard this card to search your library for a forest card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Quistis' quote on the bottom. Sometimes it's better to run. Shinra reinforcements we've had. We got a full art Choco. Choco Mog. As this saga enters... Oh, it's not an full art, sorry, it's a saga. As this saga enters, and after your draw step, add a lore counter. Sacrifice after 4. On each of them, use Stampede. Other creatures you control gain +1 until the end of the turn. The quote is, Walk, Kupo. The Light of Judgment. Light of Judgment deals 6 damage to target creature. Destroy up to 1 equipment attached to that creature. I was there. I saw when Kefka used his Light of Judgment to torch the village of Moblis, far from the east. Dragon's Wyvern. Flying, when this creature enters, create a 1/1 colourless hero. I heard that to become a Dragoon, you had to make a pact with a living wyvern. However, thanks to the Dragon Slayers, there aren't many of them left. And then we get a token, which is a hero or a horror. That specifically is the horror from 14, the Endwalker campaign. And the Insomnia, Crown City. This land enters tapped. Okay, so it looks like the back one of these isn't the shiny. I need only know that you are ready to leave home behind, said King Regis. I don't know about you, but I'm as ready as I'll ever be, replied Noctis. Okay. Let's pop that away. So yeah, we didn't get a collector's there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Ah, missed one. That's why. 6 and 8. Still, Lydia. Muscles looking for scratching, not pulling. Right. Chrisman, 13. No. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Which would you like? 4. Da-da-da-da. Oh, we got something cool on the back. So we start off with... We may as well do it properly then. If they don't have the thing on the back, we'll do it this way. So we have Dreams of Laguna again. A Blazing Bomb. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/1 counter on this creature. Tap this creature and sacrifice it. It deals damage equal to its power to activate. To target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. The Weapons Vendor from 7, I believe. Yes. When this creature enters, draw a card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control an equipment, you may pay 1. When you do, attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. Fight on! We got some Aerith at least. I'm really hoping to pull an Aerith card. Return up to 2 target creatures from your graveyard to your hand. So that's just great res. Just hang in there. Someday we'll look back at this and laugh. Gobubue! Just tap to add land. Okay. The parasitic moss that grows in the folds of the Gobobue's back is highly valued as an ingredient in various potions and medicine. Town Greeter. When this creature enters, mill 4 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. If you put a town card into your hand this way, you gain 2 life. This is Cornelia, the City of Dreams. Capital City, land card. Add 1 colourless, pay 1 and tap, add a mana of any colour. Or cycle, discard this card and draw 2 cards. That's pretty good. A city built upon the Isles of Ark that straddle the continents of Storm and Ash. Shambling Seath. Oh, we got Ash. Princess of Dalmasca. Whenever Ash attacks, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I am simply myself, no more and no less, and I only want to be free. Summoner's Grimoire. Job select. Equipped creature is a shaman in addition to its other types, and also has, whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If that card is an enchantment card, an enhancement card, sorry, it enters tapped and attacking. Summon Bahamut. But that's Final Fantasy X's Bahamut. That's Bad Hammer. It's literally the worst one. What are you doing? As this saga enters, and after you draw step, you may add a lore counter. Destroy after 4. Destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Draw 2 cards. Or, this creature deals damage equal to the total mana value of other permanents you control. It is also an enchantment creature with a 9/9 health and attack. Ooh, full art. Promise fulfilled. Spectacle. Pay 1 for 1 fire. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. That's nice. That's really nice. Laughing Mad. That's a shiny Laughing Mad. And Treno the Dark City. And a hero/elemental token. That is Garuda. And Ifrit. And maybe Sephiroth. I'm not sure who that one is. Right, so. Who else was around? Jerry. We got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. Jerry, 8. Okay, so Magic Damper. That is Fang from Final Fantasy XIII. Target creature you control gets +1/1 and gains hexproof. You can see these. And gains hexproof until the end of your turn. You're gonna wish you hadn't. Item Shopkeeper we've already had. The Aerith Rescue Mission. It's the goddamn stairs. In a comic book format. Choose 1. Take the elevator. If you do, create 3 1/1 colourless hero tokens. Or, take 59 flights of stairs. Tap up to 3 target creatures, put a stun counter on them. If a permanent with a stun counter would become untapped, remove it instead. That's great. That's really good. Malboro. Plant Horror. Bad Breath. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles the top 3 cards in their library. You can pay 2 to discard this card and search your library for a swamp. Fat Chocobo! Creature creates a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters, take this token gains +1. And it also has Kaplunk. Creatures you control gain trample until the end of the turn. Adaman! Always fucking Adamans! Malboro are cute, they're great. That's why we love them so much. Flying and Death Touch. Pay 3, sacrifice another creature or artifact. Draw a card. The Wrath of Dark has nearly reached its zenith. No one can stop it, least of all you. Adventurer's Airship. Whenever this vehicle attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. Crew 2. Tap any number of creatures you control with total power 2 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature until the end of the turn. That is the ship from Final Fantasy 1. Mousemat lives. Quest is: when Christus Trape enters battle, when Christus Trape enters, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard, meaning your opponent's as well. The mana and type can be spent, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. If that spell would be put into the graveyard, exile it instead. It's not like everyone can get by on their own, you know. Sandworm. When this creature enters, destroy target land. If controller may search their library for a basic land card and put it into the battlefield tapped. Battle menu. Oh, that's beautiful. Choose one. Attack. Creature. Create a 2/2 white knight token. Ability. Target creature gains +4 health until the end of the turn. Magic. Destroy target creature with power 4 or higher. Item. You gain 4 life. That's really good. Elixir with Brewing Way on the front there, I believe. No, that's not Brewing Way because that's from 4. This artifact enters tapped. Exile this artifact, shuffle all non-land cards from your graveyard into your library. You gain life equal to the number of cards shuffled into your library this way. The Genji Glove. It's my boy, Greg! Equipped creature has double strike. Whenever equipped creature attacks, if it is the first combat phase of the turn, untap it. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles. Ice Flan, shiny Ice Flan. From 10. You broke the emote. Oh no. When this creature enters, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. And it's also got island cycling. So shiny, then we get our mountain, which is a standard. And then we get a hero card, which is a Final Fantasy XIV, specifically... What are you? You're an Arcanist. No, you're not. What's the one that has the fairy? Why are you dressed as a black mage if you've got a fairy? And also a robot warrior. I can't remember what it's called. It's the opposite of summoner. Summoner's the damage, and it goes into... Sage. It's a sage. Right, so... we have 1, 2... 3, 5, and 6. Now, it's my turn to choose, and I want number 5. I want number 5. Because you're all not picking one of the best Final Fantasies ever made, so I'm picking 5. I keep leaning into the camera to talk, despite the fact that I'm on a headset. Not used to being mobile with the mic, kind of thing. No. I said best. Sorry, I've not quite sorted out the volumes and everything on this yet, Jerry. It's a brand new headset, essentially. First time I've used it on stream. So what I said was best, not worst. Like one of the best, not the worst. Sorry, it might not have come across properly. You might not have heard it. Right, speaking of the worst, we have Final Fantasy X. Combat Tutorial. Lulu disappointed in the background looking at Tidus meleeing a flan. Target player draws 2 cards. Put a +1/+1 counter on top of one target creature you control. Clueless, aren't you? Good thing I'm here. Call the mountain Chocobo! Search your library for a mountain card. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then create a 2/2 bird creature token. With whenever a land you control enters, this token gains +1. I'm getting a feeling that the land what's it called? Land surfing is a really powerful ability in these cards. Paladin's Arms. When this equipment enters, create a +1/1 colorless token and attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +2/+1, has a pay 1, has ward 1, and is a knight in addition to all of the types. Undercity Wrath, we've already got that. Chocobo Kick! Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. If this spell was kicked, the creature you control deals twice that much damage instead. The Lunatic Pandora, one of the best ever story prompts that was utterly wasted. Surveil 1 or sacrifice Lunatic Pandora to destroy target non-land permanent. That's kind of lame. Inside the Lunatic Pandora is this thing called the Crystal Pillar. It calls monsters from the moon. Instant ramen. Which is what I'm having for tea later, because I couldn't be bothered to cook. And it also felt appropriate. When this artifact enters, draw a card. Sacrifice this artifact and gain 3 life. It's not about finding a single best ingredient, it's about crafting the perfect blend of meat, egg, and shrimp. That harmony of flavours is key. I've discovered a new recipe. And speaking, that's literally the guy from the... literally the guy in the picture. No Final Fantasy is truly bad. I disagree. I say that Final Fantasy X is boring, and that Final Fantasy VIII is bad. And Final Fantasy VIII is the only one that is bad, because it could have been great. And it let itself down by not following through on its major story threads properly. By loosening control of the story, and it went from what would have been an okay game, what could have been a great game, to an actually bad game. And that's my opinion, obviously. Writes down a list for games to grab and market. Final Fantasy X for KDs. Hang on. Kaylee, you're in the way. Which version? I have OG and Platinum. And before you say anything, yes, I also have the bad one. Oh. I felt there was a comment about X2 coming then. The original idea for 8 is a lot different than what we got, which is a shame, as it could have been really good. And that, Jerry, is why it's a bad game for me. That is exactly why it's a bad game, because it could have been great. Final Fantasy VIII had the potential to be the best Final Fantasy that they had made to date. Possibly even overall. But instead, they ruined it. I enjoyed X2, but I hated the fact it had a 100% counter. 100% agree. Final Fantasy Let's Play Dress Up is a good game. I actually enjoy it. I actually enjoy it more than 10. When Gladius Amisatia enters, search your library for a land card and put it into the battlefield. It also has landfall. Guard the king with our lives. That's the way it's always been. Fenrir. I think 96 was mine. I never got... I think the only things I was missing was the Beastmasters, the Beast armors. You know, the Tonberry, the Moogle, and the... whatever the hell Riku had. I was missing 3 spheres, that was it. Search your library for a basic land card and put it into the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Heavensward Howl. Heavensward Howl. No, that's Heavenward Howl. Which probably means it's Heavenward Howl, which is what I said originally. When you next cast a creature spell, this turn, that creature enters with an additional +1/1 counter. Ecliptic Growl. Draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power, or tied for the greatest power. Who dares summon me from the darkness? Oh, you... So there's a story behind my hatred for this guy. For those who don't know, in the original Final Fantasy VII, this is the second boss you fight while descending the elevator from the Shinra building. I didn't understand materia the first time I played this game. Didn't understand what they were for, how you use them, missed the tutorial, completely skipped it. So the only person in my party who could attack the 100 Gunner, which is the first boss, was Barrett. Because Nanaki and Aerith couldn't reach. Aerith could heal, that was fine. I could get, getting her damaged and using her healing wind. She was saving my ass. Nanaki couldn't do a damn thing. He could cast fire until he was out of mana, and then all he could do was Sledfang. Over and over and over again. And once I finally beat the 100 Gunner. And me and my brother basically like bro-fisted and, finally we get to move on with the game. And the Valkyrius aerial assault unit dropped into play and two-shotted the entire party. At which point we deleted our save and started again. Because we figured at that point we've definitely missed something. Or we need to train more. Turns out we'd missed something. So, affinity for artifacts. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. It is a flying creature, and when it enters you may surveil your deck for 2. Viel, the Cheerful Lassie. When Vanille enters, mill 2 cards, then return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. At the beginning of the first main phase, if you both own and control Vanille, and a creature named Fang, Fearless Lassie, you may pay the cost. If you do, exile them, then meld them into Ragnarok, Divine Deliverance. Fuck. So the back of those 2 cards combine into an Uber card. Fuck. That's cool. Summon Brunhilde. Exile the top card of your library during any turn and put a lore counter on it. I'm going to put her to one side, actually, because if I find Fang, we'll be able to have a look at that. You may play that card. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, it gains haste until the end of the turn. Cactuar! Shiny Cactuar! We got Shiny Cactuar! It has Trample. Of course it fucking has Trample. At the beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to its owner's hand. A cactus with legs that loves to run hither and thither. Watch out for its thorns. And a basic forest land. And a bird! A bird creature token. And a wizard. It's a black mage. I'm sorry, my boys. I'm sorry. They did you dirty. Right. So, we shall forgo with the numbering now. This is number 1. No, this is number 6. Sorry. Retrieve the Esper, we've already seen. Suplex, great card. I'm going to give that to a friend, actually. I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to give that to a friend. Gaily Cat. As long as you control 2 or more artifacts, this creature gains +2. That's the ticket. Now let's get moving for North Mountain. A Black Mage's Rod. So standard job select. When equipped creature gets +1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to an opponent, and is a wizard in addition to other types. Prisha's Wanderings. I don't know who that is. That's from 11. Search your library for a basic land card or town card. Put it into the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle. When you search your library this way, put a +1/1 counter on the target creature you control. There's only one reason they smell an adventure. Come on, we got no time to lose. Blitzball. Add 1 mana of any colour. Tap it and sacrifice it to use the ability Goal! Draw 2 cards. Activate only if an opponent was dealt combat damage by a legendary creature. Magic fucking pots. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. It is an artifact with sacrifice. We already seen that one. You also have pay 2 and tap. Exile target card from graveyard. Give me elixir. Gabranth, the Judge Magister. This creature can't be blocked, except by 2 or more creatures. Whenever another creature or artifact you control dies, put a +1/1 counter on him. I slew your king, I slew your country. Do these deeds not demand vengeance? Oh god, it's a red Chocobo. Choco Comet deals X damage to any target, where X is the amount of mana you paid. It also creates a 2/2 green bird token with landfall on it. The other colorations of Chocobo tend to be quite violent, giving rise to the saying, yellow, best for riding, or else, best for hiding. Gaius von Balsar. He had a point. Hey Pot, give me AP, damn right. When Gaius Balsar enters, choose 1. Each player sacrifices a creature token, each player sacrifices a non-creature token, or each player sacrifices an enhancement. Side quest. Catch a fish. I am also giving that to a friend. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's an artifact or creature card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you put a card into your hand this way, create a food token and transform this enhancement into a cooking campsite. So it becomes a land. It's actually really good. Sacrifice an artifact and put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Shit, that's really good. It's the Zell! You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Okay. He gets +1 for each land you control. At the beginning of your end step, return a land you control to its owner's hand. So powerful, but big drawback. Of course we get a shiny card collection. Of course we get my goddamn card. When this enhancement enters, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. At the beginning of your end step, if 8 or more cards are in your graveyard, transform this enhancement into a magicked card. Flying 4/4 creature. I like that. That's really good. This land enters tapped, so that's just Charlian, my favourite city in any Final Fantasy other than Trio, and a hero copy card. Next, number 2. Oh, I see a thing at the back. So, Blitzball Shot we've already seen. Ice Flan we've already seen. The Summon GF Ifrit, so specifically the Final Fantasy VIII version. You may discard a card if you do draw a card. And you get free mana. Nice, okay. The Cloudbound Moogle we've already seen. Sephiroth's Intervention, we've got plenty of those. Commune with Beavers. Look at the top 3 card of your library. You may reveal an artifact, creature, or land card from among them, and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Guy speak beaver. Fucking guy. Sid. Artifact creatures and heroes you control gain +1/+1. For each artificer you control, and each artificer card in your graveyard. Okay. Pretty powerful. A deck can have any number of cards named Sid, Timeless Artificer. Fuck. Really? Shit. Alright. Got a Cactuar, Ilmeg Pixie. Ooh, Ramu, the Esper. So, Final Fantasy VI's version. This creature deals damage equal to a number of non-creature, non-land cards. That's the score screen music from Streets of Rage. Sorry. Equal to the number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard to target opponent creature. Wizards you control gain +1 until the end of the turn. I am Ramu, the Esper. Matoya, Archon Elder. Whenever you scry or surveil, draw a card. Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? Youth today. Oh shit, Full Art Noctis. That's nice. All creatures... So, legendary creature. You can use all of these abilities in a single turn if you want. For a red tote for mana, all creatures gain trample and haste. For 1 and a green mana, put a +1/1 counter on a target creature. For 2 and a light mana, target player gains 5 life. For 3 and a water mana, target player draws a card. For 4 and a death mana, put target creature card from the graveyard into the battlefield under its owner's control. It's really nice. Vane's Treachery. Vane. Who's Vane? Final Fantasy 13. Oh, I remember Vane. What a dick. Kicker. Sacrifice an artifact or creature. Target creature gains -2/-2 until the end of the turn. If this spell was kicked, that creature gains -6/-6 until the end of the turn. And then we're going to Mountain. And an Artwork Zidane. That's number 49. So we got 2 of those now. 2. Next is number 3. Oh, shit, I need to pull aside... Shit, I'll find it later. I need to pull aside that fishing side quest. A Balanti Rexor. A Dragoon's Wyvern. Thunder Magic. Thunder. Costs 0. Thunder Magic deals 2 damage to target creature. Thundara. 3 mana. Target magic deals 4 damage to target creature. Thundaga. 5 and a fire. Thunder Magic deals 8 damage to target creature. I like that idea of multi-uses. White Mage Staff. Vane's Treachery. Vincent's Limit Break. Until the end of the turn... Wait, what? Choose 1 additional cost. Until the end of the turn, target creature you control gains when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield, tapped under its opponent's control, and has the chosen base power and toughness. So you're not casting, it's not a monster, you're giving another creature Galleon Beast, Death Gygus, or Hellmasker. That's really cool. I wonder if Ingvar, my ranger in D&D, would be a Dragoon in the Final Fantasy universe, since he made a pact with a dragon. Depends which version of Dragoon you're going for. That would either be a Dragoon or a Dragonheart. Second pate we got. Reader's Return. Choose 1. Creature you control gain +3/3 until the end of the turn. Or return up to 2 target permanents from your graveyard to your hand. Are you okay? You should be able to move now. The Phantom Train. Trample. Sacrifice another artifact or creature. Put a 1/1 counter on this vehicle. It becomes a spirit artifact creature in addition to its other types. So we got 2 Rydias. We actually got 2 Rydias. We got Rydia and Rydia's Return. Choo choo, motherfucker! Suplex. Landfall. I really want to build a landfall deck with this. Pay X and tap. Return target Saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield, with a finality counter on it. It gains haste until the end of the turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Another Ambrosia. Another Genji Glove. Cloud of Darkness in shiny. That's gorgeous. The glow on that. It's really nice. It's a flying creature, 3/3. It has Particle Beam. When Cloud of Darkness enters, target creature an opponent control gets XX until the end of the turn, where X is the number of permanent cards in the graveyard. Nice. We are the Cloud of Darkness, bringer of wrath and destroyer of light. Ooh, and a shiny Gongaga from 7. Ah, just rip part of my shirt. Oh. This land enters tapped, add a fire or an earth. The Shinra people told us that everyone would be happy once the reactor was built, but all it's brought us is sadness. And a hero food tokens. We do have a food token as well now. Let's put all my tokens to one side. And last but not least, what must you be? We've done 7, we did 7, 4, 8, So this must be 9. Right. A Scorpion Sentinel. As long as you control 7 or more lands, this creature gets +3. Pirate, be careful. Attack while its tail's up. It's going to counterattack with its laser. When this creature enters, create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Perhaps this is the test you must prove yourself worthy. Slash of Light. Namazu Trader. When this creature enters, you lose 1 life and create a treasure token. Whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, surveil 2. Another set of creatures that I'm sick and tired of doing your quests for, but I think I've finished them now. Gigan Toad. As long as you control 7 or more lands, it gains +2/2. The Gigan Toad is known to venture outside of its comfort zone during downpours, much to the surprise of unsuspecting hikers. Sahagin. Another Vincent's Limit Break. A Thief's Knife. So it's got standard job select. Equipped creature gets +1/1, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And is a rogue in addition to other types. Another Freya. The Gold Saucer. Shame that's not shiny. Add colorless mana. Flip a coin. Pay 2 and tap, flip a coin. If you win the flip, create a treasure token. Pay 3 and tap, sacrifice 2 artifacts to draw a card. So I can't see that one. After relaxing at Costa del Sol, stop by the Gold Saucer. It's a rich and exciting place to play. Jekt. Reluctant Guardian. Whenever Jekt deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it. Then return it to the battlefield, transformed, and under its owner's control. Well, try and follow in my footsteps, are you? So transform means... Ba-bum! Braska's Final Aeon. Jekt Beam. Each opponent discards a card, and you draw a card. Ultimate Jekt Shot. Each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. Cool. Newfound Adventure. Sorcery. Search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain card. Put it into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Shiny Ifrit. Nice. Okay. Another Rabanasta. It's fucking Mog. It's Stiltskin. It's goddamn Stiltskin. So I'm seeing a pattern that all of the art cards I'm drawing are Final Fantasy IX. I've just knocked 2 of my cards on the floor. Come back. They're my shinies. Don't damage my shinies. I like the shinies. Right, so that is it. That is all of them. No more boosters. But I will say, I think I'm going to go get some more boosters. I think end of the month I'm going to buy me a box of boosters, and we'll go through some more. However, I've already done that one, actually. So, we got Newfound Adventures, Noctis, A Promise Fulfilled, and a Bart's full art cards. Those are really nice. We got Stiltskin, Vivi, and Zidane on our collector's cards, which are 3, 17, and 49. And for our shinies, we got Gongaga, Ifrit, Cloud of Darkness, Vayne, Side Quest Card Collection, Cactuar. Oh, I put that to one side because I was hoping to pull a Fang. Ice Flan, Laughing Mad, Rise the Shupov, Blitzball Shot, and Island. Vayne is 12. Wait, Vayne's 12? I thought Vane was 13. Oh, so he is. Yeah, I have no idea who that is then. I've completely forgot about him, apparently. Right. You go down there. I should probably separate my shinies. So we've also got Whiteheart, Orianja. So this is a full collection of shinies of the standard arts and things. So let's pull those out. I don't think there was any shinies in there. Those are my standard lands. Those are my shinies. Those are my full art. Those are my collection. So they go back into the box, which, as you can see, has plenty of room for more cards. Don't think you're going to fit in there, but you are. That's cool. You're going to fit in there. Right, so what we should logically do. Look how easy it is to get a stack of magic cards. This is why you end up with 4,000 of them. You out, take the shinies. You. That way we can separate the shinies and the deck. We can put the dice on top. All of the standard cards can go in the back. Because I am le sensible. Right. What time are we on? 9 o'clock. That's not too bad. Got through those relatively nicely. I do like that collector's box as well. And you know it's going that way. You know it's not going anywhere near where lightning can be seen. Right, so just coming up to an ad break, so I'm going to run one of those now. Grab a quick drink. And then, I guess, we should probably, as it is thematic, build a chocobo. So I shall see you all in 3 minutes. And welcome back, folks. How are we all doing? Apologies, I actually got waylaid there because I was coming out of the kitchen and a butterfly assaulted me. Gorgeous little white monarch. So I had to capture and let that one out. Right. So, this is a Chocobo, not Lego, that that I picked up when myself, Kremlik, Lydia, and Sliver went to Timeless. And it was quite fun, and we had a good time. So I bought this as a little bit of a memento of the occasion. And, actually, specifically, these dice. Because everywhere I go, I like to buy a pair of dice. These ones were Timeless, Manchester. These ones were Glasgow, UK20, UKSG. I like to buy a little bit of a gift for myself and a thing to add to my collection. So, where are my ski saws? So I haven't actually set up all my paints and everything, so my combat knife, my craft knife isn't in here at the moment. That's job 2. Next time. Do you think of, realistically, any more appropriate music for what I'm opening right now? I mean, okay, it's Kirby, so we could technically have Chocobo music. But realistically, that's fucking spot on. Right, so this should be a relatively quick build, to be fair. It's not many pieces. We've definitely built and have to build much, much more. Yeah, it's not Lego, guys. It's VIP bricks. You know, VIP bricks. So. Alright. Bags. Why'd you seal them so awkwardly so that I've got to cut them? Right, so we have our little unspooler thing, which again, specifically not Lego. Right. You're not going to be able to see the manual much, I'm afraid. Yeah, so, how's chat? How are we all doing? You having a good day? You having a good time? Hopefully you are. Yes, Lydia. Yeah, the Pokemon collection is also one that rises exponentially. I got rid of my Yu-Gi-Oh collection. There was so much in there. We had easily 1 million cards. Not a joke. We easily had 1 million cards that I threw away. It's fucking insane. Right. Do you tell me which bag you're taking these from, or are you not helpful? You're not helpful. Might actually. Where's me? I lower the desk a little bit. It's a touch high. There we go. There we go. And not much of a secret lemonade drinker if you show everyone, but I do love me some R-Whites. And at £8 for a crate of 24, can't go wrong. Okay, so one of you, and one of you, and we do that one. And then we want the other one of you to go next to it. And then we have you two. Make sure that's right with a dot up, and that is right. Oops. Inverse ramps. Yay. Then we pop. Not you. You're supposed to go there to bind those two. But I can't see. It's you. And then, hey, get off of there, you. You're not supposed to be on there. Or maybe you are. Right, and we want 2x2 and other inverted angle. Already starting to see what's happening. Cool. So that is page 1 done. Told you it wasn't going to be a long build. Okay. So then we need 2 of these right up against that. Throw it on the floor. Let's go there. And not being that one. Looking for one of those. There's only 2. Must be blind. Either that or it's in the other bag and they're just expecting me to go for it. So I can see some in there, so do that, I guess. Come here, itsy bitsy. There we go. Right, so that's 2 with a grip on. We don't want that. That's a single. There we go. That is a 2 standard. Goes there. Then we get a 4 standard. And that goes there, leaving a gap and bridging those 2. And then we get a 2 flat. So we're specifically looking for one of those that just has a flat top. Definitely a 2. It's not the individual single ones. There we go. I see you there. And that goes on the back. So, then we get the blue 2. That goes there. And the fantail. And that goes on the back. That's looking like the part of the bucket seat. Goes there specifically facing forward. And then we're looking for a weird part next. So it's a smooth... That's it. You see how that's... I don't know if you can see that. See how that's kind of tapered? So it's got a run on it. It says that one goes on the front. Down like that. And then we need a 2-1 ramp. 2-1 ramp. That'd be you. And that goes behind the seat. Now, weirdly, that says that that goes across there, which leaves a gap. No, it doesn't. It says it goes there, which hangs over the front. That's much more sensible. Okay, 2-2 for the front of that. Oh, God. My chocobo's falling apart. And a 2 flat. 2-2 flat, sorry. Goes there. Right. Okay, you should be an easy find. You're probably the neck of the chocobo. Let's face it. Go on there. But then we need a weird one, which I think is that. Which is a little shield. We need 2 of those, and those go backwards on the back of his neck. So there's one. There's the other. Okay. Right, so then it says put that to one side. Grab another 3-2 and a 2-1 with to single converter to go on the top. Top of that, put the only orange thing in the entire pack. That goes down the back. So that's his beak. On top of that, put a 1-1-1. Whoop. And then a 1-1 ramp, facing specifically towards the bee. Whoop. Okay. Right. Then we need another 2-1, which is there. Nope, that's not yet. Put that to one side. I don't know what these blocks are called, but I specifically called them lanterns because that's what it came as in the set I had as a kid. This was a lantern that you could build to have your Lego minifigs hold. Back in my day, they weren't even called minifigs; they were just called Legos. Now, there are two very similar lanterns. You specifically want the hollow one, so we need to take that off. Now. And use the one that's got the hollow back and the little ridge on the front. And the other one's there. And that makes a little chocobo eyes. And then a 2-1-1 converter on the top, which was the one we picked up earlier. You can kind of see where it's going so far. You can kind of see that. Right, now we get the flags. And they go on the back. For his little hairs. Or feathers. And another 2-1-1 on the top, which is over there to keep them in place, keep them together. Then we get a 2-2 standard to hang over the back by one peg. And then that but smaller. We're looking for that but smaller, which is that. To keep those two in place. And give him his little his head tuft. And on the back is a 1-1 ramp. And then we get the eyeballs. Pop those on. Let's make sure the eyeballs are facing the same way, shall we? Preferably forward. Otherwise, boggle-eyed and looking at the ceiling. Why don't you fit under there? What's different about you? Pull you out. There we go. Just need a little bit of coercing. And we've got a chocobo head. Okay. So that attaches to there. At the very back. Nice. Right, so now we're building a carriage at the back, so we want a 3-1. The non-open back lantern, which goes in the middle. And then a 1-1 brick rather than plain, which I guess is you. Take 2 single studs. add those on. And then that one goes there. Nope, it's not that one. It's specifically not that one. It is that one. Okay. Odd choice, but sure. That, which hangs over the top on the rear side. And I've seen you a couple of times, the bridge. Ah, no, come off, come off, come off. That's on me. It does go on the rear side, but it goes over one point of the black brick, not the other one, so that this one can bridge the gap across them. And keep it in place. Cool. Right. Okay, so pop that to one side, get 2 of you, and a standard 2-2 plane, and that goes on there. Which I guess is the start of his wing, or possibly his big old chicken leg. Right. So, now we need that one. And a black 1-2. You know what? That should actually now we're not zoomed in on the cards, be a little higher. And then the little claw grip one. I should keep those in place. And then another... Oh no, that stays, that's there. And then that goes over the top. If I could, there we go. We've got the gears on one side, the hand on the other. And then that, by the gears, attaches into there. And there's his little chocobo leg. With chicken thighs. I believe we're going to need to do that twice. But it doesn't say to do that yet. Right, feet. So, we're going to need a pole, a claw, and one of these. So that grips onto there. That was harder than it should have been. With a claw in the back. And then we do the same again on the other side. But inverted. For the toes. But the claws still go on the same way. Oh god, dropped it! And that be a little chocobo foot. Which can then... Oh, we have to move those out a little bit so that that can snap on there. I said, so that that can snap on there. A bad little mechanism, that. Nice and simple. Yeah, nice and simple mechanism. Quite like that. Nothing fancy to remember there. Then we flip it over, and we get another pole, and we put it in there. That goes into there. Spins far too freely for my liking. Is there a longer pole? Because that feels like it should go all the way through. It does kind of, but not massively. Right. Next. I'm not putting that in there yet. Next we need the grey ball joint, the disc, a 2-1, and specifically that. So, you go onto the there. You go onto the back. So you go next to it. And then that gives us a bracket for his flappity wing. Right. So now, build the other side. So we need the 3, block, and the other lantern. Nope, that needs to face the other way. Specifically needs to face that way, or it's not going to line up. Then 2 1-1 studs. And you over the top. You on this side to overhang and keep that in place. With our little bridge over the top. And you, and you, and you. Build the outer wing. Goes on there. Excuse me, go away. Right. Now we need that one. Snaps onto the top with the grabby claw on the other side and the bridge over the top. So awkward because they're not quite lined up all the time, which attaches onto there. Last pole. One over the top. Two underslung. All with toes. And then, right, so that these are kept equal, I've got the leg on the inside there. So if you're going to be on the other foot, that needs to be across, and the leg goes on the inside of the toe. Then, Push that through there. That onto there. Push those both together. Which clips them into place. It's almost done. That one. It's going to be a pain to get from the airport to the hotel tomorrow. Let's hope the hotel will be cooperative, as you won't be arriving till after 11. Which one you booked in at? You at the Earl? Right. So, you... Ball joint goes on first. Oh, you're at the camp. Okay. That one. And then Zaving. What? Technically, that is a chocobo. Doesn't particularly stand up great, but that is a chocobo. I guess you're supposed to lean it backwards more. Oh no, his foot fell off. Alright, let's readjust these toes to be in a much better position. Yeah, there's plenty of buses from Campanile. It's on a main road, so plenty of ways to get there. And if not, it's only going to be a tenner in a taxi. It's a relatively short journey. Or if you're really nice, you know, you could ask me and I might be able to grab you. If you can't get any other option, I don't mind running over. Right, so tail feathers. Need 3 of these. Need 3 of these. Three of these. 3 wands. And 3 of the greeblings. So, that goes onto there. That goes onto there. And then that steals the top. Nice and easy. Oh, jumped a step there. And then those 3, quite nicely, should just snap into the back. For a chocobo tail. Oh, I broke his tail. Oh no. Yeah, see, I thought that was going to happen. It feels like that should be across the back there to keep those 2 in place. I have to look if I've missed a step there. Yeah, the Earl's the most expensive in Doncaster, but it is the only nice one we have, so... What is it, 110 a night now? Definitely says it doesn't go that way. Okay. Right. Turn the chocobo upside down. And put his barding in one side. Yeah, that's about right for... That's about right for the Earl. I hate half-snapping pegs. There we go. And then you pull that round the back. You know what, let's undo that. Let's undo that. and actually put it in so that it's facing backwards. In fact, we can just take the head off. Oh no, I've killed him! Do it that way. And pop that back through there. There he has his barding. That's it. All of those bits are spare. So if that's the case, I'm actually going to enhance it a little bit. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to take that off. Remove you. You. And I'm going to put that across there. Get that on the back. That way it's now pegged on at 2 positions, so that when I do that, it doesn't move around as much. I am smart, much smarter than you. VIP bricks! Now, I don't think... Alright, let's see if we can get it to stand up first. So, its legs can rotate down, which is good. And then you can have it a much more controlled standing position. Ta-da! There's a chocobo. Whack! Do 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 do. As long as you remember to squeeze its, as long as you remember to squeeze its thighs, it stays in place quite nicely. 1 second. Now, I will say, this is not the intended minifig for this in any way, shape or form. However, sir, you can't go out there. You'll never make it past the first marker. Or your chocobo will freeze before you hit the first marker. Then I'll see you in hell. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, Lego minifigs don't fit. I have a Han Solo minifig, and he doesn't fit. That's kind of annoying. Ah, boo, boo. They made it too small. I wanted Han Solo riding a chocobo. That would have been great. Ah, dear. Right. We have some spare pegs left over. Nothing needed there. But I like my little chocobo. He's kind of cute. I like that one. It's a nice little build. It's definitely not official, but you can also definitely tell what it's meant to be. So, I'm happy with that. And for a tenner, you know, it was more than worth it. I might paint up his bardings in red, or replace them, because Vash wears red. Oh dear. Right, well, unfortunately I don't think I'm going to have time to start on the next one, because I unfortunately have other things to do. It's going to be a bit of a shorter stream tonight. So, what is the plan? What are we doing? What is the doobies? So essentially, this is day 1 of my rotation. So this is the first stream, essentially.